Today I'm going to show you two techniques to grow your rear delts faster, and you can start implementing them today. The rear deltoids are the back third of the deltoid group, and they give us our broad shoulder look. If this muscle is underdeveloped, it will negatively affect your shoulder and arm appearance, and unfortunately, this muscle tends to be one of the hardest for people to grow. So let's jump right into the two strategies to accelerate your muscle growth today. Starting with strategy number one, we need to reach the optimal training volume for our rear delts. It goes without saying that we need to target our rear delts enough if we want to experience growth. But how much is ideal? We're going to dive into exactly that. But before we do, let's take a look at the structural makeup of our rear delts. This will ensure that you have a clear understanding as we go deeper into this concept. Specifically pertaining to the rear delt, the muscle fiber composition is primarily slow twitch muscle fibers. These fibers, known for their endurance, contract more slowly and are resistant to fatigue. This means they're built for prolonged, repeated movements. Because of their endurance-focused nature, you'll need to train the rear delts more intensely and frequently if you want to experience growth. Studies suggest that slow twitch muscle fibers may respond best to higher volumes. In fact, some research indicates that increasing the set range to 20 to 30 sets per muscle group per week may be ideal for maximizing growth in slow twitch muscle fibers. And while looking through some research, Dr. Mike Israetel came to a similar conclusion. He made this graphic appearing on screen here. And while I'm not going to explain what all the variables are referring to, I do want to bring attention to the maximum adaptive volume, or MAV. This refers to the range of training volume that leads to the best long-term muscle mass gains. And Dr. Mike concluded that this range was between 16 to 22 sets for the rear delts. And this lines up perfectly with the research I mentioned earlier. If you want to look more into his rationale, I left a link to his website in the description below. And now before we jump into the second strategy, if you're enjoying the video so far, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more fitness videos and content just like this. According to YouTube analytics, only 5% of those who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so please bring that number up. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Next, let's jump into strategy number two, which is to incorporate compound sets. Compound sets are a key concept for bodybuilding, and they need to be implemented to properly optimize your muscle growth. Compound sets refer to two exercises being performed in a row without rest, targeting the same muscle group. An article from the Journal of Physical Education and Sport looked at muscle size in archery athletes utilizing compound sets. They claimed the compound set method significantly increased arm muscle strength and upper, middle, and lower body muscle endurance. Similarly, compound sets have been found to increase production of anabolic hormones such as testosterone and growth hormone, which play a key factor in muscle growth and development. So knowing this, it's clear that we need to implement compound sets into our rear delt training. But what exercises should you perform it with? Realistically, any two rear delt exercises will work perfectly together. And some examples include the rear delt fly machine, dumbbell rear delt flies, standing shoulder extensions, and face pulls. But with that being said, I'm going to show you my favorite compound set that I'm performing constantly. I always start with the traditional seated rear delt flies. I will perform one set of 10 to 12 reps, and immediately after this is complete, I perform easy bar shoulder extensions. For this exercise, make sure that your palms are facing away from your body and extend the shoulders as far as you can, and try to perform another 10 to 12 reps. This compound set lights up your shoulders, and I guarantee that they'll be on fire by the end of it. And try and use this combination for a total of 4 sets. But the best part about this is, if you recall from the first strategy, we're aiming for 16 to 22 sets per week. Well, because this compound set is technically 2 exercises, this would count as 8 total sets towards that number. So if you throw in 1 or 2 more rear delt exercises into that training session, and you hit it 1 more time that week, you'll easily be able to hit that range. Try this principle out with any combination of exercises that I just mentioned, and be sure to aim for that set range of 16 to 22 sets per week, and you'll accelerate your rear delt growth. But before you go, there's one more thing that you need to do if you want to take your rear delt growth to the next level, and that's to fully develop your front and middle deltoid. The development of all three will add contour to the shoulder itself and improve your overall arm aesthetic. So check out this video now where I go over 3 essential strategies that will improve your overall shoulder growth.